What's up, guys? Welcome back to another timeless video. We are playing the very broken Necro Dominance, Necro Potent strategy here. It's been a deck the last time I played this format, but yeah, it also received a couple new additions. The last time I played this format, beginning this year, I believe these 3 cards were not yet in this format. We have Sacrifice as another Dark Ritual effect. Of course, what this deck is trying to do is playing Dark Ritual on turn 1 into Necropotence or Necrodominance, draw a bunch of cards, and then do broken things, storming up with Tendrils. You have Besiege the Mirror to find the Tendrils, make a bunch of mana, cast things, go crazy. And yeah, Sacrifice is an additional Dark Ritual. If you sacrifice a creature, you get as much mana as the sacrificed creature's value. So, what you do, you evoke Grief, exiling a black card from your hand, and then with the evoke trigger on the stack, the Grief's still in play, you can sacrifice it into Sacrifice. There you go. And make 4 mana, cast Necrodominance, and go nuts. So to up the consistency of this deck, this version is now adding Sorin plus Saint Elender, which is sort of a Splinter Twin combo. I mean, we all know Sorin from Pioneer had to be banned, and it was very dominating, the Sorin Saint Elender combo in Historic. I think like most of the people that qualified this year to the Arena Championship in Historic did it with this archetype. That's how good it was. Not with this archetype specifically, but with the Historic version of this archetype, which doesn't have Dark Ritual. It's a lot fairer. It doesn't have Necropotence or Necrodominance, but it was still so broken because Sorin plus Elender is just messed up. This card is just incredibly strong, way better than what was called Vein Ripper. Yeah, you can draft and cast a card for free that you get from a spellbook, which is like Faith Fillers, a free turn gains 4, a thing that destroys a thing gains 4, draw 4, gain 4, draw a card. And then you get a avatar token at the end step, which is how much life you gained every end step. So you get a big creature into play, plus the 4/7 lifelink, and then whenever you attack the Lender, you also get to make a 4/4 end of turn because it gains you 4 life. So just huge board presence, very powerful. And that all on turn 1 of the game. So that's pretty messed up, of course. Yeah. So what this deck is trying to do is essentially just a mulligan machine. It wants to really aggressively mulligan into a hand that ramps out Necropotence or has Sorin plus Elender plus a Ritual / Sacrifice Grief. And yeah, just go nuts because you can allow yourself to mulligan a lot. Because these cards can just, get your hand back up to being very, very loaded, right? Like you can just draw a bunch of cards with these. Leyline of Sanctity 4 times here in the main deck. Just a way to protect yourself from discard. There's a lot of discard in this format. May it be Grief or Thoughtseize. So having the ability to just prevent that proactively, I guess, is the call here in the main deck. Sort of like playing Veil of Summer in the main deck of Show and Tell, which you saw in the last video. And yeah, Besiege the Mirror sort of glues this deck together. You can, for example, Besiege into Besiege to up your Storm count, and then go further and further, and then Tendrils the opponent out. You can also, you have 2 copies of Tendrils, so in case you need like, you can't quite storm enough this turn, you maybe Tendrils them for 5 or 6, then you draw a bunch more cards with the Necrodominance that's in play, and then you kill them off with the Tendrils on the next turn. I think this is sort of how this deck works, but hey, bear with me. I'm kind of learning the deck right now too. I'm learning this format. And even back in the days, I didn't really play much with a version like this. That, yeah, it wasn't really my cup of tea. But I'm going to go with it because it seems to be one of the best decks. We have Vault of Whispers here, a swamp that's an artifact. Why is that relevant? It can be bargained. And Chrome Mox can be bargained. Disenchantments can be bargained. Leyline of Sanctity can also be bargained. So a lot of bargaining power. And of course, Besiege the Mirror isn't just a find for the Tendrils. It's also finding you Necrodominance, Necropotence. It works very well with Sacrifice plus Grief, especially because it gives you 4 mana turn 1. So you can Besiege. Maybe you put a Vault of Whisper into play turn 1. You can sacrifice it and get yourself a Necrodominance, Necropotence. Boom, go off. The Necropotence is clearly the better one of the two. Both stop your draw step. This one wants you to discard down to 5 cards in hand, which is a downside the Necropotence does not have. So I think the Necropotence is just strictly better. And there's not much disputing that, I think. Also goes around card draw, so it goes around specifically Orcish Bowmaster and Sheoldred, which Necrodominance is card draw, so it walks right into them. Nazet, for example, stops Necrodominance as well. Fragment Reality here in the sideboard, that's sort of like your Abrupt Decay effect. Pithing Needle, I guess, is good against Necropotence. You could have Pithing Needle against Sorin, you can exile off the Reality. I don't know, just random sideboard cards, Deafening Silence, for example, getting rid of those with Fragment Reality. We have 4 duress, more discard spells, 3 copies of a Position Agent. This one messes with the opponent when they're searching the library, so all fetch lands. Yeah. They exile each card if yeah, it's just a little bit of... I haven't really played with this card, to be honest. It got introduced into Legacy as well, but that was sort of after I played Legacy. You can just... It's a little bit of a value play that stops opposing fetch lands, I guess. That's why it's good. I guess it's also good against stuff like Natural Order. Combo decks that have searching, it's going to be pretty devastating against. And of course, you can ramp it out at instant speed with like a Dark Ritual, maybe. So like if you play against this deck post-board, you play a fetch land turn 1, they play Swamp Go, you fetch, then they can go Ritual or Position Agent, and you basically lose your land, and they get an extra land out of your deck. Shadow of Mortality, just a big guy when you have a low life total, which this deck is certainly capable of, so that's the idea here, I guess. Then we have March of Wretched Sorrow, a burn spell that doesn't go face, just goes on creatures, but it's kind of a neat combo with the Necrodominant stuff. If you have 1 black open in your end step, or you've drawn a billion cards, you can then March of Wretched Sorrow, an opposing creature, gain all that life back to then in your next turn redraw again, and like because you have to discard anyways, right? You can just exile the cards that you don't want. So this card used to see play, for example, in the modern version, I think, in higher numbers. So it's kind of interesting. Like, it's very powerful with Necrodominance type stuff. But I guess this deck is just so broken, it doesn't even like want that type of effect. Then we have Gemstone Caverns. More ramp when you're on the draw. All right, that's this crazy combo deck. I'll certainly try some other decks as well. Don't worry, guys. I'll try more stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to start with sort of the tier 0 of this format, or at least what it seems to be. And yeah, let's jump in and try out Sorin Necro. We have a turn 2 Sorin, but no Elenda. And I mean, this is just a mulligan, right? Like, there's not enough ramp. I mean, I have the Chrome Marks. If I had a Necrodominance, I might keep this because it's a turn 2 Necrodominance. Turn 2 Necro. But as is, this just seems too bad. Okay, so here we have a lot of mana, but we don't have a payoff. I guess the payoff would be turn 1 Grief, Hardcast Grief, and a normal Grief. I'm gonna lose my entire hand for that. I would put back the Layla and have 2 lands left. I don't think that's good enough in this format necessarily. A 3/2 Menace creature. Then I can draw into lands. I could try it. Going to 5. I mean, this deck mulligans pretty well. I just need a land, a Dark Ritual, and a Necro. It's 3 cards. I think I'll just go to 5. Now I have the payoff, but no ramp. I think I should go to 4. This is just too slow. Like, it's a turn 3 Necro. It's just way too slow. Ah, damn it. Getting just all the wonky pieces that I don't want. I do have the Ritual and have a land. So if I draw Sorin, I could keep this hand and draw into Sorin, Necro. Like, I could put back like Chrome Mox and Leyline, for example. And then I could draw into Necro Sorin. I think I'm gonna try that. I could also go to 4. I think going to 4 is not unreasonable. But I'm just gonna... I don't know. I have 12 cards in my deck that work. Drag 3 to the bottom? Oh shit. Okay. I was already on a 4, my bad. Okay. That went fast. Yeah, then I think I'm okay with this hand. I mean, I'm obviously not happy about it, but, you know. Okay. What can you do? So then I'm gonna take probably the ritual. But it took the lender. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this format is broken. We're doing broken things. Shield return 2. Golgari. Probably like, I don't know, it could be a necro deck, it could also be, I guess it's probably not a necro deck, actually. I would be a little surprised if they go for Strip Mine. It's probably just like a black-green fair deck with Grief and Dark Ritual as sort of unfair elements. Maybe Reanimate with Troll. I think Troll is an indication that they have Reanimate, probably. They don't even want to Strip Mine me, huh? They like to have their own mana, I guess. Right. I mean, if I draw Sorin, I'm gonna be pretty okay, I guess. Probably. If I draw... Strip Mine? No Strip Mine, okay. They would have had double Strip Mine here if they would have had an untapped land in hand. Another Grief. Yeah, that's gotta be tough to beat at this point. I can't really do anything at instant speed, can I? Like, I can ramp out this Necro with Dark Ritual, have 2 mana up, draw up to 1, down to 1, and then... But I just can't win from there. No. I mean... Yeah. You could theoretically find Fel the Profane, which is a 4-mana Doomblade Murder. And Dark Ritual effects. I guess if my top... I can draw 5. If those 5 cards are Ritual, that makes me... With 2 black open, it gets me up to 6. And then up to 8, exactly. And then those 3 rituals plus 2 Fel the Profane. If those are my top 5 cards, a full house, I get to kill both creatures. Problem, I skip my draw step and I'm at 1 life. That wouldn't be good. So, wouldn't want that. Okay, I do like the Leyline in this matchup, obviously. What do I like out of my sideboard? Position Agent. It's clearly just Golgari midrange, I guess. Fragment Reality Duress. I mean, you never really know what they have in the sideboard, right? So if they have some sort of like Disruptor Flute or Pithing Needle, I don't know. So I could hedge for that by playing the Reality. But I think I'm just gonna screw that. I think the Reality is also a little bit better on the draw, as on the play, you might just do your broken thing before they even get to play their card, right? Like, you know, because you just go off. Okay, we keep having bad hands. My luck is not that high with this deck. Again, another bad hand. It's looking heinous. But like, the consistency, I think, is pretty high in this deck, because you have 8 ritual effects. Sure, 1 ritual needs the Grief to work, but you have a lot of little combinations of things that can work. You also have Chrome Mox. You have Besiege if you don't have a Necro or Sorin. Like you have like 16 payoffs in a way. Okay. So I'm keeping 5, and then I'm gonna go turn 1 Chrome Mox for Necro. Then I just put back these two. And exile a grief. Then I have exactly... I lose to a discard spell. Gosh. Or I go to 4 and hope for the nuts. I basically just lose to a discard spell. They kept the 7. I could draw into a Necro if they have a discard spell. Do I go to 4 or do I play around disc? I have a turn 2 Necro. I mean, turn 2 Necro. They could also strip mine me. I'm gonna go to 4. Okay. Yeah, perfect. That's all I need. This probably. Yeah. Starting off the video with 2 mulligans to 4. That's funny. How much? How much am I paying? This is really tough. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you guys in chat what sort of the good numbers. Very conservative would be 4. That's a very conservative thing to do. I think I'm gonna go with like 6. You know, I can redraw next turn, hopefully, right? I have to discard 2. I like the land. What do I do here? What's my best sort of plan? I don't really have a good turn next turn, unfortunately. I'm also not going to draw for my draw step. Yeah, I regret maybe not drawing a little bit more because my turn is really not that great. Definitely want to keep the Chrome Mox. I think I'm just gonna discard maybe a Linda and fill the Profane. And then I'm looking to Chrome Mox and Grief or something. So they did have the discard, so if I would have kept the Demonic Tutor hand, I would have lost. On the spot. I guess they, yeah. All these broken cards just being thrown out. Everybody pitching cards, just crazy. Ancient Tomb turn 1, Barrowgoyf turn 1. What is this, a 2/3? Okay. So I kind of have to decide, do I want to make them discard or do I want to ramp a little bit? I probably just want to make them discard, right? Rather not get shielded or something next turn. Oh shit. Wow, the punish. I think I just play this as I can bargain it. I wonder how I should play this. I kind of want to just draw 5. Maybe I should be more aggressive. I don't know. That's pretty bad. It's pretty terrible, actually. You mill that many cards and then you return a creature, so you can grieve me again, I guess. You can cast a grief to have a black source. No, they already played a land, never mind. Oh, this was terrible. Damn. I'm either misplaying or I'm getting unlucky. Maybe I need to have drawn more aggressively. But like, either if I've drawn more aggressively, I guess I could have done like sacrifice shenanigans. I'm down to finding Fel the Profane here and a Dark Ritual. Is that what's up? I think so. Damn. Alright, I'm dead. That was not a good showing. We lost to Golgari midrange, 2-0. Winning into 4 twice, which obviously doesn't help. But I did have a turn 1 Necro here. Maybe it was meant to draw very aggressively, I don't know, maybe, I wasn't quite sure. They cast a turn 1 Necro and turn 1 Barrow Golf. I mean, there's no life gain, so I do lose pretty fast with the Necro in play. Maybe I was meant to draw more aggressively and then like have a really good turn 2. My turn 2 was just pretty unplayable. I just griefed them and played a land. If I would have done a Sorin there. Yeah, maybe the first Necro you just do for a lot. I don't know. It's like, but then they grief you and then you take the good card and then you've lost a lot of life to the Necro. It's tough. I could have maybe lost anyways if I've drawn 10 or 5 or 6 or 7. I don't know. Interesting. Play first. Oh, that works. That's a pretty messed up hand, huh? What can I even do here? I can put both of these into play. Does it even make any sense? Probably not. I guess I'll just... So this... Okay. So I'll do this. I pitch this. Play Ritual. Play Potence. Okay. Play this tapped, I think. Why not? And then just like draw a bunch. And there's no reason to play this, I think. It's just that's actually bad because I don't want to have a hand size of 5. So this is draw 4, draw 5. I'll just draw 8. Draw 8. I'm really doing this just by fields. Draw 8, whatever. Should I draw more? Draw 9. Draw 10. I'll draw 10. Let's go. Yes, thank you very much. And we have to discard 5. There's Sorin. There's Besiege. There's Elenda. Okay. Well, Leyline is the worst. Necrodomin's pretty bad. Swamp's bad. What now? Maybe the Trawler. It's free. 4. So 1 Sorin I could ditch if they have discard. Then I don't have a second Sorin. What's my next turn gonna be? I'm gonna cast a Mox, Ritual. I'm not gonna have enough burn to kill them, I think. I have like 2 free Storm, 4 Storm. I could sack the Whisperers, Besiege again, sack the Mox, Besiege again, sack the Mox, Besiege again. Besiege again, Necropotence, sack Necropotence, right? That's 4 copies of Besiege, Dark Ritual, Chromox, Dark Ritual. And I'm gonna have 2, 6, 8 mana. So I can also cast a Sorin. I can also cast Send Elenda, draw a card. So I actually do have lethal here, I think. Nah. Yeah, I think so actually. If this works how I think it works. I have lethal, I think. Elenda is Sorin and Elenda is 2 spells because Elenda draws me a card. Like casts me another spell for free and draws me a card, so that's 2 Storm. Okay. Yeah. Everybody just with the broken mana starts. I mean that's what you gotta do, I guess. They're gonna Blood Moon me. A Rebel Master. It's a mono red Stompy deck. Oh, it's Goblins. Grease Ranch Goblin. Okay. 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 Alright, so play the vault. Tap this. Cast ritual. Cast Sorin, I guess. Why not? I think the Besiege works the way I think it works. Let me take this, I guess. Cast it. Demonic Tutor. Like a Demonic Tutor for a ritual, that's free. It's another storm count. Oh, wait a minute, I can actually get sacrificed to get a bunch of mana. But I don't really need to, do I? Alright, so play this for nothing. Nope. Play this with bargain. Play this. Get this. No. Oh yeah, I can do it, okay. Okay, nice. Siege. And that's how you win with this deck. Oh, I'm gonna besiege again. Where is it? There. Sacrifice, my last thing. This is a lot of storm. This is more than enough. 11. Boom! Alright. I guess drawing 10. Drawing 10 I did, right? Good number. Maybe you just want to draw max to just find the kill every time. Maybe that's what I should have done. It's also the thing with Necropotence, just way better at doing this than Necrodominance, because Necrodominance I would not... I don't know, I mean, I would have had a pretty good hand, but I don't know if I would have been able to kill them, you know what I mean? Like, Necropotence, I think you can go for the kill, because you can keep 7 cards in hand. But Necrodominance, only 5? Gonna have to do it step by step, probably. And you probably, with Necrodominance, you probably try to get the Sorin on turn 2. Sorin Elender. A lot of the times. It also makes sense that you have Leyline, because, boy, if you don't have Leyline, like, Thoughtseize effects seem kind of hurtful. But with the Leyline, it seems maybe reasonable. To with the Leyline you're fine, you're sort of pre-boarding. And there's not really that many good free counter spells anyways, and you kind of need 0 mana counter spells to deal with this deck. I guess Spell Pierce, Force Spike at 1 mana, but I mean if they're on the draw they can't even cast it. Same with the discard spells, to be fair. Like Spell Pierce I guess is a little annoying, there's no counterplay to it, but I mean you have 4 duress, I guess that's the counterplay to Spell Pierce. Okay, I'll cut the Swamp maybe for these 2 gemstones, and I'll play the March. I guess 2 of these realities. What is a deck like Goblins doing against my deck? That's kind of funny. Fragment Reality finds the opponent Chromorgs often, and then they can pitch a card to have Chromorgs going. It's kind of cute. Right, like even if you kill a 1-drop, they can find the Chromorg. Ah, just a random creature card. Oh, okay. They nerfed this card, by the way. It doesn't say you control anymore. You can't like exile your own Leyline to get a Geist of Saint Trav turn 1. Do I want the Superstition Agent? No, I don't think so. I mean, it stops some Goblin shenanigans, but I'm probably not gonna want that. Alright, I'm just gonna lock it in. Interesting. That's what is this? This is a turn 1 Necro. Well. The Besiege Demur plus Chromorgs is pretty nice. Also the World of Whispers is nice. This whole deck makes sense. Ancient Tomb Chromox, of course. 3 mana turn 1, I mean. If they play Blood Moon, it's funny, huh? I even can play around Blood Moon here. By beseeching still. Okay, that's fine. That's just damage. Interesting. So this hits me for 2. They play something. They throw it at me. That hits me for like maybe potential 6. So I'm at a virtual 10 life, I guess. I gotta be a little bit careful. I don't know. I don't know if there's some convoluted line I should take here. That isn't what I was planning originally. I don't think I should go for the Necrodominance. I think I should go for the Besiege on the Necropotence. It's just so much better. I think I'm gonna, just keep the Sorin and sacrifice the Mox, I guess. And get Necropotence. Yeah. Cast. And draw. Draw. I don't want to die next turn. I don't know. So I've drawn 7 now. I don't know if they have some. I don't know what's in their deck. I don't think they can realistically deal me more than 8. But we're playing a pretty broken format. No, one. It's fine. It's just inexperience with the deck that makes me a little uncertain about the odds and whatever here. So I'm gonna have 11 in hand, 4 to discard. Okay, we have the combo, that's nice. With March, that's pretty nice too. We have Sacrifice, okay. So I'm playing a deck without discard spells. This is a legendary. I'm actually short on mana, I'm realizing. I don't have any mana to cast my Sorin next turn, that sucks. That's pretty bad. Okay, so I have to play a land and cast March on something. Alright. Should have discarded Bogatrolla, probably. Whatever. Interesting. Well, interesting. Maybe I should have just discarded. No, this was actually probably correct. I'm just gonna march for like 6. Gain 6 is the idea here. Goblins. Battlecry Goblin, let's go. Am I dead? This is 6. Is this attacking Goblin? 7. I'm just dead. Wow. Turn 2 kill. Well, they were only able to kill me because I had the Necropotence that dealt me a lot of damage. So, another? So if I would have drawn 2 cards less, I would have survived. Okay. Man, this format is nuts. I mean, I'm playing a pretty nutty deck, to be fair. I think that's good. Oh, yeah. There's not much in my sideboard here. I mean, I suppose these type of matchups should be good for this deck. I mean, the Lender turn 1 is obviously GG. I was on the draw there. I mean, they had a complete nut draw, to be fair. I mean, they had 3 mana on turn 1, that's certainly a little bit out of the ordinary. But I guess if I would have drawn less, I would have been fine. Interesting. Very interesting. Feels bad to lose with a 7 with this deck, you know what I mean? Feels like you did something wrong. That's good enough. Sacrifice or tutor? Sacrifice is great if I find a grief with this necro. But I do have 2 rituals already. I'm gonna use 1 obviously, but right now I'm on the play. So I can be a lot more aggressive here. So the odds of me dying are very, very slim. Like basically impossible. So how many? 6? I'm just gonna be very aggressive here. I'm gonna draw like, I don't know. What is that? I just want to kill them, you know. 4, 9. Probably gonna be okay. I'm probably gonna find a way to kill them. I already have tutor and ritual. That's a lot of lands. Okay, well the march is kind of good. Saint Linda is great. Okay. Discard land. Discard necro. Discard necro. Discard necro. Discard. There's a removal spell, I guess. 7 cards. Gone. I kind of want to keep the black cards. So they pitch into March. So I'm gonna go like a Lender plus March next turn. I don't really need the grief, I guess. 1, 2. I guess I can ditch this. I don't really need the Chrome Mox either, I suppose. Okay. So now I can go Sorin plus a Lender plus March, pitch a few things, gain some life back, draw a bunch of cards. Like, this is just gonna be ultra GG. Uh-huh. Huh. Shit. I should have kept this to play around a scenario like that. That's stupid me. I mean, they might name Sorin now. I should have played around that, huh? Stupid me. Yeah. Okay. It was pretty terrible. Okay. Mid 6. What do I do? What do I do? I can demonic tutor. I can demonic tutor for fragmented reality and draw a bunch of cards of necro. I need to find a white source, I guess, in my like top cards. I guess I don't need to. Okay. Damn it. I should have played around that, obviously, and then this game would have probably been easy. Let's activate this once. No, maybe more. 3 times, maybe. I don't think I'm gonna die if I'm at 3. These turns are so hard, and like the rope is such a, it just doesn't care. The rope sucks so much for this format, Jesus Christ. Like these early turns are extremely complex, right? Oh, they just kill me with that because they have the flute. That's insane. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Wow. Man, I'm getting destroyed. Okay, well, such a, like, small margins, these games. I mean, if I keep white and have the answer for this thing, keep the fragmented, I'm fine. But I didn't do that because I was not very... Playing this deck for the first time, it's like I'm still in the single digits in terms of timeless games I've played in this year. So, it's fine. I'm not mad at myself. Just learning. It's, yeah, like this turn, I guess I could have just drawn 1 card to play around this exactly. But then that also gives me lower odds of finding the white. But if I only draw 1 card, I can't die probably this turn. I could still die, actually. Like, what if they just have Fury? They could just have Fury. And Fury, and then, like, attack me for 2, Fury, 5 for 7 to the face. Like, Fury is just 0 mana, 7 damage with Broadside Bombardiers. Pretty good combo. Anyhow, that I wouldn't have beaten anyways, to be fair. I was at 6 life already, so I can't beat 9 damage. Yeah. I don't know. I could have also Dark Rituals. Maybe that was correct play. I could have Dark Rituals and then, like, drawn 5, maybe? And then leave up a black for March. And then they play Bombardier and I just kill it with March. That maybe was the smartest line. This last turn. Just Dark Ritual out the Demonic Tutor. Find the reality. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I could have also gotten a... No. No. No, no, no. No, I think that was the smartest line. Yeah. So I didn't want to cost my ritual, but turn 3 you can just cast your free drop, you know. And I was going into turn 3 on the next turn, so I can just cast my free drop, so I don't need to have the ritual to ramp out my free drop, right? So I don't need the ritual that badly, and it allows me to hold up the march so I can survive. Well played by the opponent not naming Necropotence, realizing that Sauron is really is a gluing piece here. That if I don't have the Sauron, I can't really stabilize. Alright, GG. Play first. That's a turn 1 dominance. I don't mind that. Man, a little bit. Like, it's tough. Magic's tough. These games, crazy. It's like funny, right? Like, my opponent was able to kill me turn 2 times in a row, but only because I dealt myself 15 damage or whatever, right? It's kind of funny. But yeah, the March of Wretched Sorrow looked kind of nice, honestly. Maybe you can have more of that in the sideboard for these aggressive decks. Just kill something, gain a bunch of life, you know. I just want to go nuts, right? Just draw 8. Like, when you're on turn 1 on the play, you just want to go crazy. This is really bad. What is this? Okay, discard Courtyard, Bright Bath, Necro, Fell the Profane. That's 4. Another Fell, Bogatrol or whatever. And Necromox, I guess. What's my next turn even gonna be? Don't really have a good turn, do I? I can besiege into something, but what? What do I besiege into? Grief? I can't even besiege. What am I talking about? I could have besieged if I would have kept Mox. No. No, there's no way I can besiege, actually. Okay, so I guess I'll play this. Play this. Pitch this. Play Sorin. And plus the Sorin. Woo-woo! And draw a bunch. How about... Which looks like I'm playing against Show and Tell. Should I just draw 11? Like... Yeah. Who are we kidding? Okay, so I have the Elender and the Sacrifice. That's a ton of mana. So I want to keep those 2. Demonic Tutor, Leyline obviously can go. Elender can go. I can only keep 5. Besiege, I have Vault and this. I can kick the Swamp for sure. I have a ton of mana. I can probably ditch one of these. I have double Tendrils, right? So I can like, yeah, I can do some shenanigans. I can ditch the Necro. I can ditch the Besiege. I can ditch the Vault probably even. Yeah. That's 7. So I have Demonic Tutor, Tendrils, and these 3. That should be enough. Okay. If they don't have anything, I guess. That's enough. Meticulous Archive. Maybe not Show and Tell. Okay, let's... I could also get a Grief. If I wanted to, but let's start with Saint Elender. Let's do this. Let's cast it. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll Grief, why not? Ditch you. Feels wrong to ditch the Demonic Tutor, but it's not wrong, actually, it's correct. Okay, Show and Tell with just blanks. So I got it. So I could sack this, get up to 6 mana in total. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sacrifice this, then Besiege, sack a Whispers, Besiege. Yeah, this is just super lethal. I have plenty damage, so I don't even need to, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, they're super dead. With this extra Tendrils, it's just a ton of damage. Where's my Besiege? Oh, it's just one Besiege left. Okay, that's actually not that much. I should have tapped my Chromox, by the way. That was a little loose. Anyways, I have enough. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it, but these early turns are complicated. And you have the rope just like not exist, like no time banks. Oh, it's stressful. A little bit. Just like the matches only take 5 minutes, right? But you don't have a 25-minute clock that you can use. You just don't. You just the clock comes at you really quick. So it's just a really weird. It just doesn't really, I don't know. It doesn't really fit with the clock system of Magic Online. I feel like how this format works. You kind of want to start with a time bank, I think. That would be good. If everybody starts with a time bank in this format, I think that would be good. Okay, we play against blue deck. So, Gemstone Cavern on a draw, I suppose. Leyline. This is a Meticulous Archive version. So I just don't think the Leyline is going to have any, like I think they have maybe Swords to Plowshares. They just don't play black. So that's what I'm trying to guess here. Yeah. Okay, but that's like the only 4 cards that I would say are obvious cuts. But I kind of want to bring in a lot more than that. I can cut 2 more for Gemstone, I guess. 2 lands. The duress has to be in here, and the opposition agent is interesting, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's not that good. Is it that good in this matchup even? It stops the fetching, but they can just still Ancient Tomb me turn 2 or something. It doesn't really stop that. It doesn't stop the Omniscience, right? Doesn't stop. They don't have that much searching. They just have a couple fetches. I don't think this card is for this matchup, huh? It's just what I'm trying to figure out. So yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna run it like this. The Gemstone Cavern is also a little bit of a weird one. I mean, it probably makes sense to run it, but it doesn't seem crystal clear to me that you would want that one. I have a turn 1 Sorin and Grief, but no Necro. They also have Veil of Summer. Seems kind of. I have the interaction, but like I'm really just praying to draw something good. The top. I think I should just more. It's not good enough. No. Man. I guess if I draw, actually this hand might actually be good enough. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah. Why is this good enough? Because if I draw land, I can go turn 2. I can go turn 1 Duress, and then I can go turn 2 Sacrifice plus Grief. Ooh. Alright. And then I can Demonic Tutor for... Can I even target them? Target opponent, okay. I don't have to discard my own hand. Yeah, then I can go a Lender turn 2. I can go Lender, which is good enough, and I can actually blow up the Leyline, funnily enough, and then cast the Duress on turn 3. I guess. I guess I have to pitch the Duress actually to the Grief. Turn to a Lender. Yeah, the Leyline's good. Leyline's good. Oh. Interesting. Well. I do think I need... Well... I don't have a Fragment Reality in my deck, so I can't fetch that and, you know, like, try to set up a next turn double discard, which would be kind of sweet. Yeah. I think it's just... I have to go for it. It's pretty bad into, like, a mana drain, but... I can Demonic Tutor into a Necropotence at least, so if I draw an untapped land, I'm fine. It's also a little bit of a question here, what do I actually do? Do I cast Necro? Or do I cast Sorin Elenda? I don't know. Maybe I should just Necro? There goes Sorin first, that plays around Spell Pierce, I guess. Lenda. Probably just Necro. Just hope my opponent only has blanks. And same thing, if I draw land, I can do this at least next turn. Commandeer. Commandeer on Sorin isn't actually that powerful, but Commandeer on Necro is powerful. Yeah. I mean, Leyline plus Commandeer is pretty much the bonkers in this matchup. It doesn't get better than that. Well, yeah, experience-wise, I didn't really have Commandeer on my radar. Again, lack of experience might have made me make the wrong play. The Sorin is a lot better against Commandeer because Sorin is useless for them, while Necro is game winning. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to beat that no matter what. This game's over. Yes. Commandeer is pretty insane against Necro. Okay. The leyline is rough. Not gonna lie. The leyline is a little rough. I could have Fragment Reality for it, I guess. I could at least play one copy. Yeah, this would have been interesting. If I would have had Commandeer on my mind, I would have gone with the Sorin. And they probably have to Commandeer it, and then we sort of have an interesting game. Where if I draw land, I can play Necro and maybe win. But yeah, I made the wrong choice. Like, this is like in these higher powered formats, you like make one misstep, you just boom, you lose the game. Like every decision weighs so much heavier. That's also why you need more time to think in these early turns. Well, in standard, I'll play my tap land or I'll play my one drop go. You know, like it's super easy and simple. You don't have decisions in these early turns. But in these early turns, if you don't play well, if you don't play around what 0 mana spells your opponent could have, you're just dead. I really don't know what to cut. Maybe Wanderers for a fragment, I don't know. It's kind of I mean, if they have Leyline, and you don't have the answer, it just shuts off a lot of your cards. There's not much you can do about it. And yeah, it's just how life goes, I guess. Interesting. This is a turn 2 Necro or Sorin. I don't know, I'm probably gonna keep it. It's a little weak. I kind of like the Sorin against the Commandeer, to be fair. That's super scary. And also this hand is good against Leyline, yeah. Kind of got rewarded for keeping it, I guess. This hand's just... Okay, they don't have Commandeer at least, no priority. Yeah, I'm just gonna get Sorin. Can get Sorin down next turn. I can actually blow up the Leyline if I wanted to. Yeah, that's a really, really good point when playing this deck and you play against a blue deck with Commandeer, potentially, that you play Sorin before you play Necro, because it's a lot better against Commandeer. So the question is, I think I just blow up the leyline, right? I don't care about a card drawn, yeah. Just blow up the leyline.
I guess you do.
They can commandeer that, blow up my Chrome Marks. I mean, they obviously can just win here on turn 2. They could play Ancient Tomb and Show and Tell. GG. Oh shit, this card's kind of broken against Omniscience too, isn't it? You can put it into play with the Show and Tell, and then get the Divine Intervention or whatever it's called, Invoke the Divine, and blow up the Omniscience, huh? It's not as powerful, maybe, as... yeah, it's not as... Wait, is it any turn? You may cast a card this turn without paying, yeah. It's not as powerful as, like, Static Prison, because they will have priority, actually. They will get priority for the at least one sorcery, so they could play, like, an Atraxa or whatever, and second Omniscience, and then your interaction doesn't do anything. But if they don't have, like, everything... it could be good enough. Okay. So this throws them 3 damage to their face. So I have 8 plus 3 here, 11 max. Okay. So I guess it doesn't make sense. So I'll just do this. Give this a little bit more power. Attack for 9. And play this tapped, I guess. Right. There's no instance I have anyways. Like, I have to Fell the Profane as my only instant in my deck, right? Plus the Fragment Reality, I guess. That's 6. So they die anyways next turn, so they kind of have to go off. I do want to find that, maybe. Yeah, whatever. I guess I'll just pay. I have so much life, doesn't matter. And then I just draw a million. Like, I'm gonna make a guy. Draw 20. Emrakul. Yeah, whatever. I'll just draw a bunch. Oh shit. I should have drawn more. Damn. I couldn't find like I wanted to find a Lender or Fragment. So I have at least some interaction, you know. That sucks. Keep 5, the rest will be discarded. That makes more sense. Now what? I guess I can keep Sacrifice and a Fell the Profane to have at least some interaction. And then I can keep... I don't know. I mean, they're kind of dead next turn anyways. I guess Besiege maybe. Duress. Denriall. Dark Ritual. I have 4 mana in play. Doesn't matter. I don't know. Sure. Huh. Okay. Maybe I should just run 25. I mean, why not, I guess? Why not go to 1? Comfort? My own mental health? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, shit. Might just die. Might just die. Just no interaction, hoping for them to not have it, essentially. If I had a lender, I could have like put her into play, get the Invoke the Divine, you know, have at least something. Not that that would maybe not even save me, because, you know, any counter spell or whatever, and they just counter the Invoke the Divine with the Omniscience in play, of course. So yeah, we're just praying. All right, we got there. We got there. The leyline destruction was actually completely useless. Didn't do anything, as I never discarded their hand anyways, which is kind of interesting. Makes you think maybe I should have played differently. I don't know. Nah, I think it was fine. Don't think I needed the extra card there for whatever reasons. Yeah, but maybe I should have gone to 25. Certainly an interesting deck to play. Interesting deck to play with. It's just such different Magic than what you're used to when you play a bunch of limited and standard, like over the last year. It's certainly a very drastic change of scenery, you could say. But it's been fun in a weird way, and certainly a learning experience. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for watching as always. And I see you in the next timeless video. Take care.